food is something that binds us all together. And we need it to live, but we also need to feel connected to it because it connects us to the land, it connects us to the people, it connects us to our region.
Our bodies are fueled by what we eat. What our society and our economy has dictated is like fast, quick, easy, convenient. The nutritional benefit is like zero.
We are a fairly food insecure state. People always think rural America means farm country, means everybody has all the fresh food they could want, and that's really not true.
As a state, we rank pretty high up on people that don't even eat one fruit or vegetable a day. The way parents are working and kids are in activities and busy and run all the time, and that time to cook and eat together has been lost.
Agriculture is something that is in our cultural DNA, so to speak, and that we're able to do it. And I think if it is something that we could do in our rural economies to help, develop them economically.
People have very fond memories of growing up on farms or gardening or whatever around here. But the local food economy is significantly smaller than it is in other parts of the country. We've got a lot of room for growth, so we need new folks farming.
How can we take our rural areas and diversify them, through agriculture and through other means as well? But agriculture is definitely one of the ones that I think, if we work cooperatively, could really be a boon for the area.
We're building something and flying the plane at the same time. Like, that's such a cliche way to say it, but it pretty much describes it. I think one of the biggest challenges within the state is figuring out ways to get that nutrient-dense local foods, which also then in turn provides equity to small-scale farmers. People get investment, they have these big ideas, they do it for a year, run out of investment, can't hire more people, and it goes away and we start again. And I think that's the biggest driver as to why the project of Spouting Farms became a reality, because we saw that happen again and again. At some point, all this public and private investment in the local food system is going to go away because they're not seeing results. Well, we set out to change that. So we have further investment to actually make a full food system impactful change.
Turnrow Appalachian Farm Collective is a group of people, individuals, restaurants, businesses, government entities, nonprofits, all working to help redefine our food system and really placing value in it. And by value, I mean creating equity within the product so that producers get the money that they need in order to have a living and that food is available to everyone.
We really want to put that emphasis back on the local farmer and the communities.
So the big difference between us and larger buyers is that we have a direct connection to the producer and we have a direct connection to the customer. And I think that's something very different. We create the value within the product, and that value is locality. That value is buying something in the Appalachian region.
So we've been here for about 7 years. We grow mixed vegetables here, probably 30 to 40 varieties. We've worked with Turnrow on just selling them a couple of crops that we have excess of. Our core markets are our local CSA and then our farmers market, but we only want to risk expanding our production for those markets to a certain extent because it requires so much of a diversified product. We're not going to be able to sell 500 pounds of carrots at a farmer's market. You need to have 50 pounds of carrots and 50 pounds of peppers and lots of different things, whereas wholesale provides an opportunity to focus on a couple crops and really there's kind of like an endless demand for those products.
To be a successful small to medium scale farmer, especially in Appalachia and West Virginia, is to be diversified. You can't just do one thing to survive. So a farmer who's able to sell into our markets within the food hub in Turnrow, I mean, that opens up the door for wholesale restaurant sales, if they're GAP certified, to large wholesale markets, also our online retail market. But for them to be successful, which is what Turnrow's goal is, they've got to have those multiple market streams.
So as a small family farm, it really helps me to sell at the online market because I go to the local farmers market, I have CSAs, but Turnrow gives me the opportunity to reach hundreds of customers that I wouldn't be able to reach. I'm able to sell to customers in Huntington, Charleston, and I get to stay right here at my farm while I'm growing things, and that's what I really enjoy.
So one of the things we do as a member of the Turnrow network is aggregation and distribution here at our packing house. We know that we have like more infrastructure here than we need for a farm our size, but we also want to use what we have to the benefit of the local farming community.
And starting a business young, trying to do that, it's hard, especially in agriculture. There isn't really any way for local producers to grow. To build local producers, you need to have a distributor that's willing to deal with somebody that's like, hey, this week I got a lot, this week I don't. And it's really hard to be a distributor when you're trying to do that. I mean, and they did it. And they're aggregating from a lot of small farmers and helping them grow.
There are jobs created when farmers can farm, and then there are jobs created when processors can, process what the farmer grew. The products that come from here often are grown like right down the road. They're super fresh. It's just like good, regular food. And then there's got to be someone who drives the truck to get it where it's got to go, and before long, a couple of jobs created makes more jobs created. And our idea is to find products that are winners so that other people in other places can do what we're doing and it'll work for them.
I really don't see anything stopping us. Without Turnrow, I don't know how we would have done it this quickly. I know it would have been a lot harder for me to try to make it. My hope is that if we keep up doing what we're doing, it'll all be worth it. I don't know.
In West Virginia, and I'm sure across Appalachia, and anywhere really in rural America, is that people have a strong sense of what community is.
We're never going to be able to compete with the big food system, and that's not what we're trying to do. But I think that, there's a lot of strength in supporting local businesses, whether it's farming or any other industry. I think we have to support each other.
We're not all in this alone. We can work together to really leverage all the resources that we have, and not just the physical resources, but just who we are as a people and our work ethic and how we can work together to grow more and feed our communities and make a living, and that's as simple as production planning with one another. That's as simple as sharing a piece of farm equipment. That's as simple as coordinating drop-off and pickup times together. I mean, just a simple act of working together to grow the whole is something that I think West Virginia is very attuned to, and I think it's something that the food system really needs.